Good evening, Year 9s. My name is Miss Mazzari and I'll be talking you through your GCSE options this evening. I'll be talking you through what options are available to you today and how to be making those decisions. So what happens when you are deciding your options? First of all, it's good to start thinking about the following things. Start by thinking about your future career path as well as what type of GCSEs or qualifications you're going to need. These will all tie in together later on. It's also worth thinking about what subjects you're going to enjoy and are most likely to succeed in. For now, we will focus on GCSE qualifications and what it is that you're going to need for the next phase after Year 11. What happens after GCSEs? This will all come in together and tie into what you want to do as a future career path, so it's definitely worth thinking about now. What you want to do will end up determining the course of your future. Looking at sixth forms, apprenticeships and universities is how you're going to form that decision. Now we will focus on sixth forms and colleges. In order for us to do that, we need to know what the difference is. Sixth form schools are attached to a secondary school. Sixth form colleges are detached from secondary schools. However, both of them offer the same provisions and usually teach at level 3, such as BTEC or A-level. They also have specific entry requirements. Whereas colleges, they are fully independent. They usually offer more access courses, such as diplomas, degrees often, and technical courses that are really much more skill-based. They provide all levels of education, thus making them more flexible in terms of entry requirements. So what are entry requirements and why are they important? Entry requirements for sixth form will usually ask that you have a minimum of 5 or 6 GCSEs in total, including Maths and English. They will ask that if you are studying level 3 BTEC, then you will need to have a minimum of 5 GCSEs at grade 4 to 9. A-levels will require a minimum of 5 GCSEs at grade 5 to 9 or sometimes 6 to 9. The minimum requirement for a subject-specific area would be a 6 or a 7. So for those of you who want to study maths or a science, this will be the minimum requirement for that subject at GCSE. Colleges will often ask the same of you in terms of A-levels and BTECs, but they are much more flexible when it comes to other courses, especially if you are studying a level 1 or a 2. Some colleges, however, may ask you for a video or a portfolio as part of your piece. This can be for anything that relates to art or music. Be mindful, each sixth form or college will vary in what they ask. When looking at apprenticeships and universities, GCSEs play an impact in this, so these decisions will have a ripple effect. So how do GCSEs impact universities? It impacts what A-level courses you'll be studying and how many. GCSEs will also have an impact on your level 3 BTEC courses. And as a result, when you come to do your UCAS application forms for university, you'll go through a points system. This will impact what you study at university and where you end up going, which is just as important. Apprenticeships, on the other hand, it is an alternative route to education. You learn practical skills on the job, you work 4 days a week, you study for 1 day a week, and there are different entry levels: intermediate, advanced, higher and degree, all of which are dependent on GCSE grades as well as A-level or BTEC grades. So now we can focus on the subjects that you can enjoy and the ones that you're most likely to succeed in as a result. So what subjects can you study at UAE South Bank? Firstly, let's look at the core subjects. This is a requirement from every secondary school. Maths, science and English are a requirement. However, selecting your options, at UAE we offer art, business, computer science, drama, geography, history, music, languages, and PE. But don't just choose a subject because you think it looks good. A subject that looks good will not guarantee success. There is no point doing a subject that's going to make you miserable. It may mean you may end up dropping out later on. So, how does looking at future career paths tie into the GCSEs that you're about to select? Firstly, what will employers actually be looking at? They will look at your education. They'll also look at your skills and experience. They sometimes may ask about your interests and values. It helps them to build an idea of what type of character you have. As well as your networking and your ability to network, communication is a big factor when you are applying for any job. So, let's talk about selecting career paths. When looking at maths, business or technology, there are many successful roles that you can take, such as software development, banking or finance, government research, entrepreneurial, web development, engineering, law and politics, as well as teaching. Average salaries vary from 30,000 up to about $1 million. In the sciences and sports world, there are many other opportunities for you to consider, such as medicine, which offer over 80 roles alone, pharmaceuticals, teaching, forensics, criminology, dentistry, physicists, life sciences, as well as astronomy. There are plenty of successful roles, and average salaries can vary again from 30,000 over 450,000, depending on how great you are. Not everyone though can be Elon Musk, but you can sure be as competitive as him. So, with English and humanities, what types of courses or roles could you consider? Advertising and marketing, journalism, becoming an author, a social worker working in law and politics, being an entrepreneur. Even here, the possibilities are endless. Average salaries can also vary, roughly from as little as 30,000 or even increase to over $250,000. Someone who is creative and enjoys the arts as well as languages, there are plenty of opportunities here for you. Musicians, journalists, teachers, people who work in media, actors, they all have a big role in society. Their average salaries can be as little as 30,000 or well over 450,000. This all depends on how good you are and how much you enjoy what you do. When deciding your options, it's definitely worth thinking about how everything ties into one. Your ultimate career path is going to be decided by what you are choosing to do at GCSEs, and then as a ripple effect, what you'll be doing at A-level or BTEC, or even after as an apprenticeship. Everything ties in together, and it's definitely worth weighing out your options carefully.